Welcome to the bXg podcast, episode 2. A show where two beautifully bearded brothers just have a few drinks, talk about gaming and tech. I'm your host, Sivo. Joining me is our co-host, Bwaite.
Yo, yo.
What's that twirly thing? You did that last episode too.
It's my thing, bro. I actually should have to show homage to Stilo Brown, bro. Actually, Stilo Brim.
Who the fuck is that?
The guy from Ridiculousness, bro.
I don't know.
You ever see that black guy? He
No.
always does it whenever you introduce him. And I always said whenever
Is there
I
a
have
name?
my own show.
Is there a name for that
I
twirly
kind of
thing?
name it the two finger twist.
The 2-finger twist. All right.
I'm gonna be using this on Valentine's Day later.
Well, today this recording is taking place on February 14th, Valentine's Day. As you can see, I'm wearing the red.
New Valentine's Day special.
It's the new Valentine's Day special. Of course, this wouldn't be a show without us drinking. What do you got there, Bwaite?
I have the regular Jack,
You
like
got
always.
I got myself here. This is
Yeah, what is this over here, Stevo?
This is Saint Ambroise oak aged
Platinum label guy?
It's a strong pale ale. Strong pale ale.
Strong platinum
Pale ale.
Oak aged. How long is this aged for?
I don't know. Probably just a week.
It was just in the warehouse yesterday.
Yeah, just a minute. Well, this is also brewed here in Montreal. But so what's new, Bwaite? What have you been up to?
I've been trying my best to get into levels of unknown. Trying to understand what's going on with this day and age of video games, of where they're headed to. And I've been having a problem. I'm trying to just, like yesterday, you know what I happened to turn on my console? I happened to get home.
Yeah, what have you been playing?
I played Super Mario Bros. 3 yesterday.
On which
On Super Nintendo.
Okay.
I have the Super Mario All-Stars that I hooked up.
Yeah.
And that's what I was playing. Because, like I said last time, I need something that I can kind of just pick up and grab without having to put hours and hours. Not that, I mean, Mario could obviously get you for a few hours, but I didn't have a few hours.
Yeah, it's a quick and easy get in there, get a couple rounds.
Yeah. So I spent a lot of time, actually, the last couple of days online looking for couch co-op games. Trying to just, play something quickly. I've pretty much, not overkilled, like I haven't destroyed the game, but I'm relatively at the time where it's pretty much done. That Rayman game there, you ever try that? Rayman?
Yeah. The one that I played was Rayman Legends.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I have.
Yeah.
It has like a mixture of a couple of games all in one.
It came free with Xbox Live.
Exactly.
One of those free goals for whatever.
So the fact that it is a game that you can purchase for $70, it has its value. Like I feel that there's a lot of levels. You can do it co-op. You can just play. They have little mini games inside, and then they also, once you beat it, then they have like time-based challenges and different things like that. There's quite a bit of content in it, but I like it because you can kind of just, like, my girlfriend doesn't play video games at all. Like, she's played, she's had two brothers, maybe back in the day she's played little games here and there, but she's never really been too into it. And I mean, getting her to play some of these games, Overcooked or Rayman, she's been completely down. So
yeah,
it's something to do at night,
And one of the things, for me, I feel like lately, or like let's say if I jump back a couple of years,
sure,
I find that there was kind of like a shift where you kind of stopped playing those types of games and you went to playing more online. Call of Duty, Halo,
multiplayer. Yeah.
Now, after playing so much of that online, honestly, I just, like, nowadays I feel like I'm not that into these online games anymore. As time progresses, I feel like I'm playing less Call of Duty and playing less Gears of War, and I'm playing more single player RPGs, or even like, again, couch co-op.
It's gotten relatively repetitive, I feel like, online. Like, yes,
it's always the same
after rounds, like certain instances, or you hit that hallway where that that one time's been a little bit different, and that the way you kind of mechanic and who you're versing depending on is he a close quarter combat guy, is he a long range, like yes, those little mechanics kind of change, but all in all with the same maps and the same gameplay, I feel like it gets a little bit repetitive.
The core fundamentals are always there,
yeah,
and then just like a few things get kind of tweaked, right?
Plus I don't know, I feel like over the course of the last couple of generations, like you said, where the turn has turned to multiplayer, I'm missing the whole like be on the couch and just have your buddy next to you, having down a beer, playing like that. More jokes, you can just put it on pause. You can actually pause the game. Yeah, like I guess in multiplayer, yes, you can get up when it's lobby time, but this you kind of just pause, go have a cigarette, come back, chill. There's a little bit more interaction. I kind of miss that actual interaction with somebody rather than just be online and online and online.
No, I totally agree. And one of the big factors there is when you're playing online, it's always some. Let's be honest, it's always some kid or it's always like all they're doing is just I don't know how many people have fucked my mother on Call of Duty, but or even Halo. Yeah. But it's just like to a point where I don't even want to like talk to these guys. I'd rather, you do miss that like physical interaction, or like you just like talking with your friends, and I find having that that
interaction is important.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what?
I totally agree.
When I first looked at Overcooked, I was like, this game probably sucks. All right. But then I saw somebody playing it and I'm like, yo, this is amazing. Yeah. So then remember we had played it together. Yeah. It was a great game.
Yeah. Great game. I agree.
So funny story. A couple weeks ago, I was me, my sister, and my brother-in-law went out for dinner. Went back to their place. I got George got Overcooked on his PlayStation. Yeah. Brought my controllers over. My sister does not play any games. Shout out to Melissa and George, by the way. They don't play any video games, really. George plays games, but casually. Melissa never touched the PS4 controller in her life. Popped in Overcooked. She's like, I don't want to play. Got her to play. Dude, we played for like 5 hours. Yeah. Had the greatest time. Just playing.
I believe. I definitely believe. The one thing is even the time constraints. Like I was telling you, like now I just don't have the time to sit there for 6 to 8 hours and play these online multiplayer games. And one thing that was really getting to me is, and it happens to me, like I really noticed it when I started to play Gears of War. Like I do enjoy a little bit more competitiveness, so I don't always just join the social lobbies. I usually join the competitive lobbies. And the problem is to get those people to join your game and to start it. And once it ends, to go back to the lobby, to rejoin. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, okay, I might have 2 hours of gaming, and I'm playing like 2 rounds. Yeah. I'm like, this is not worth it. I'm sitting there and half the time, I'm waiting for games to start. I'm not enjoying myself. And then when the games do start, somebody leaves, and you have to restart again. And to get another join, you're waiting a couple of minutes again. Then he finally joins, and it's just this repetitive, like I said, if you're there for all day and you don't really care and you're just playing multiplayer and you're alone, sure, I'm not going to say anything bad about it. But when you do have those time constraints and you would like to just jump into a game and you want something, like you said, the level of gameplay nowadays, I also feel that they haven't put the time that they used to put into. Like, if you look back at, like, Halo 2, even Halo 3, I remember reading that they had some crazy data science engineer that made these algorithms of grouping the right skill sets of people together. Nowadays, everybody's just thrown into a lobby. Some guy's killing it. Some guy sucks. Everybody's all over the place. Everybody's yelling. You don't even know what's going on. And then, you're like, fuck this, man. I'm just, I just want to kind of do my own thing. And that's why I would really like to see more of these couch co-op games.
Yeah. Now, again, I still want to get in those. I still like to play Halo. Of course. Still like to play Gears.
Of course.
I still like to play Call of Duties, even Battlefield. Battlefield is actually really good.
But you can tell that these AAA titles these companies put a lot of time and effort into their multiplayer. Sometimes the multiplayer portion of these games are even better than the single player. The single player is something kind of extra to even ease you into the game mechanic, you into the game, and you're like, okay, I'm going into multiplayer, I'm going in,
You know what? I'm happy you brought that up, because one of the things... I think this is where I had that revelation, where I was like, wow, these online games are destroying. They're just destroying gaming. Yeah. When I got, this was when the new Star Wars movie was coming out, The Force Awakens.
Yep.
There was a lot of hype around Star Wars. Everyone was getting back into it. EA and DICE released
that game?
Star Wars Battlefront. I am so hyped. I get the game. I'm so hyped. Didn't even think about didn't even read into it. Didn't watch any reviews.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything. I was like, you know what? It's Star Wars Battlefront, and I remember playing them when I was a kid. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting this for sure. Get it? There's no story mode, which is insane because you're sitting on Star Wars as an IP that has a wealth of storylines.
Yeah, wealth.
No,
for sure.
No story, no campaign mode.
It could have been so.
They could have done so much with it.
Make yourself into a Jedi or something. I don't know.
They could have done so much with it.
So much.
They give you a half-baked game. It has 4 maps.
Yeah.
The game.
Trillion bugs.
Dude.
People flying.
The worst thing about it is
the
season pass.
Yeah.
It was ridiculously expensive.
With no content.
At the beginning, I'm talking at the beginning of launch. Yeah. It was $70, $60, $70. You're selling. I just paid that much money for the game. After that, I'm like, this is revelation. I'm not buying into these things anymore. I paid full price for The Witcher 3, best game ever. Had the greatest time playing Witcher 3.
Yeah, that's hours and hours and hours of gameplay.
Yeah,
200 to 300 hours, bro.
But you know what? I didn't.
And it was by an indie.
Yeah. I don't know. CD Projekt Red. I've never even heard of them before this.
Yeah. Well, that's because fucking EA gobbles up all the market. Every commercial, they have fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry and Wesley Snipes and Brad Pitt doing their commercials.
Was there Brad Pitt or Wesley Snipes in any other commercials?
They're the biggest guys I know, so I wanted to throw them into a commercial.
No, wait, hold on. We were hanging out recently.
With Wesley Snipes?
We saw, man, I want to say it was the Call of Duty commercial.
With Jonas Hill.
There was Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Kevin Smith?
I think so.
Wasn't Kevin Smith in the commercial?
Yeah.
How the hell did he get in there?
Seemed like Jonas Hill, bro.
Was he in there too?
Jonas Hill was in one of the commercials.
Oh my
I'm almost
God.
positive, bro. These guys, like I said, they have these big name actors to fucking tell you that their game's good.
But yeah, so I think that kind of was the moment where, again, I had that revelation. I said, you know what?
Yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes I feel like I'm very disappointed that I had to pay that much. That again, I had to pay that much money, and then I was not happy with the game. I didn't have, but I guess it's like a lesson learned. And I'm happy that we have these experiences because this is one of the motivations that we had for the podcast.
Yeah,
to get together and we'll just talk. We're just regular guys.
That's
We're not paid by anybody. We're not. We don't have we're not in the industry.
That's what I feel. I feel like we can give that perspective, that normal perspective. Like I'm saying from just experience, from what I know. I'm no expert. I've just been gaming, pretty much my whole life, and it's just I might fall into. I try not to fall into a niche of games. I like my first-person shooters, but like I said, nowadays I've been trying all kinds, and you got to kind of give that scale of how much you're paying now to versus how much happiness you're having. And nowadays, because of when there was that step up that led from generation to generation, where the step up of games were bigger and larger and graphically, super enhanced, where a generation before you're like, whoa, to this generation you're like, okay, those graphics have blew me out of the water. I don't feel like it's like that anymore. Now when you look at the Xbox One versus the 360, you can see a graphic pickup for sure. There's no question. But it's still the fact that I don't base my games no more off of, just the graphic upgrade. So I need exactly. I need some sort of gameplay. I need something that lasts. I need something that I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna spend time on it. And especially at that price, it's like I said this last podcast too, that going to the store and picking up a game for $80 to go back to your house and spending less than 20 hours of gameplay, and then it falling into the repetitive trap is I don't know. It has to offer a little bit more.
Yeah. So. I mean, same here. I'm a little more subjective about gaming now. I'll pay a little bit more attention to what games I'm going to be purchasing, and this wasn't something that I did before.
No,
but even something that I'm paying close attention to now is even the developer of the game, who's publishing it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there are certain trends there that I'm looking at.
I agree.
So over the weekend there was the For Honor beta, and the game actually just released today. Did you have a chance to play it?
I did watch a few videos. I didn't get to play it per se, but I did try to watch as many gameplay videos as I could. Fortunately, I didn't have the time over the weekend, but it definitely sparked an interest because I do like those third person view type games. There was a lot of action, and with a lot of games, kind of going off track a little bit. But that's one thing that I feel like with the step up of the power of the consoles nowadays is they're able to express that. So many NPCs, so many different characters, so many different enemies over the screen. Like that's one thing about Halo 5 that was really impressive, is that now that whole like, oh, look at the planet in the distance, look at all these enemies. Now they're actually able to deliver. It's not like close combat where like you beat a couple of guys and then another wave, beat a couple of guys, another wave. Now there's just guys everywhere. So that was something that I found pretty impressive about the For Honor trailer and then the gameplay videos that I was watching, is that there was a lot of guys. But it led me to believe, and now like I said, I've been gaming for quite some time, and the whole thing where you're playing a linear game per se, and for the first couple of times where you throw a guy over the wall, or you stab a guy and he gives you like that action, and he dies in a certain way. Like we've seen it with Gears of War is a perfect example. That yes, the first game the first playthrough is amazing and a lot of things jump at you, but after the second or third or fourth time that it
becomes repetitive.
It loses its novelty value.
Yeah, totally agree. So I did get a chance to play it. I only played it roughly an hour.
Okay.
I got it on Steam, so I played it on PC. So the game made by Ubisoft. I think it's one of the things I had to say is it's something that I've never seen Ubisoft do before, like this type of game.
Yeah.
So
I enjoy Ubi games.
Normally, I'm used to their Assassin's Creed. They make Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah, they make Assassin's Creed. They make
Assassin's
Watch Dogs.
Okay, I never played Watch Dogs. Assassin's Creed. I mean, like, so this is the first time. I mean,
the open world.
More open world. This is not.
No.
So this is a different.
But they
take.
do have some sort of like battle mechanics. Like I feel like Ubi's always had some sort of battle mechanics on their engine. That it's I can kind of see it with how it is in For Honor too. Like there's always where you're a character and there's enemies around you and you're playing where you're kind of like you have your defense and your offense when you're battling. So they'll be waiting and then one will go to hit you and the other one will go to hit you, another one will go to hit you, and you'll have to block, you have to strike, you'll have to like I can totally tell that the battle mechanics is Ubi. They usually have the same. It runs off the same engine, and the way it's done is the same, whether it be Watch Dogs, whether it be, like I said.
Yeah. Well, anyways, but with this game, I feel like it I mean, I had some fun playing it, but again, it's PvP. What I do like about it is, you can choose your faction. You get to choose between the Knights, Vikings, Samurai. Super cool. Love the concept.
The graphics are pretty deadly, too.
Yeah, the graphics are pretty good.
When you're, like, one part that I really enjoyed watching is when you finally get up the wall, and you look down and you can see your buddies still fighting, and you got to open up the door for them, and you got to infiltrate, and it does, like, even though it seems a little bit linear, it does have, it's like, okay, well, now we're outside the wall, this is how it's going to be. Okay, now we've breached, now it's how, okay, now we have to finish them off, I can see it being interesting.
Yeah. So one of the things, there's supposed to be a story mode, but I can't comment on it. I don't know how well it's going to be. My prediction is going to be pretty half-baked. To me, it seems like it's going to be heavily focused online. For me personally, I don't know if I'm going to be into it again because it's really really focused online. The game always has to be online. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But while we've been talking a lot about our experiences with playing online multiplayer games and how we're trying to take like a step back from those types of games and go back into more of a couch co-op play with your friend type game. One of the things that's coming up is the Nintendo Switch, and I think with the return of this console is going to be the return of couch co-op for a lot of us. I don't think, when you think about Xbox and you think about PlayStation, they've become so heavily invested into the online ecosystem, and I have heavily invested into their online ecosystem. I feel like with the Nintendo Switch console, I don't even care about the online. I have that elsewhere, and I think this is going to be the system where we're going to focus more on couch co-op, where we have games like Mario Kart and Snipper Clippers. Did you see this game?
No, that's I've seen briefly the previews for it.
It's a digital only game.
Yeah,
I think it's supposed to be like $20, but it's like you play. It's like a little cartoony game. You play as like two little characters.
Yes.
And it's a puzzle game.
Yes.
So you have to solve puzzles together with your buddy.
Yes.
All right. And the way it is, it's like you're like little pieces of paper, and you have to like. So let's say there's a heart.
Yep.
So the objective is you have to draw this heart, as you know, with your own bodies. So you have to like cut little pieces out. It's like you have to talk to your buddy. Hey, okay, let's try cutting off a piece of us here or there, and then try and like form that object.
Oh, I see.
It looks so stupid. It sounds so stupid.
But it's gonna be fun.
But it's one of those games where you're just gonna have fun again with your buddy.
Exactly.
So I don't know. My take on this is gonna be, I feel a return, the couch co-op comeback. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I would definitely enjoy it to be like that. Like I say, I feel that the Switch is going to be a secondary console. The one thing too is it's going to be cool if when you bring it places, having the two remotes. I mean, already Nintendo seems to be emphasizing the fact that it wants to have one player and two player.
Yeah.
It wants to have that motion control. It wants you to be engaged. It wants you to have the friends with you. They're already selling packs of remotes. It comes with two players. You know, it has to emphasize on the couch co-op and the single player games for the users, for who's going to be staying at home and who's actually just going to be playing it with their buddies. I mean, there's a lot of concepts I think that work, even on the Wii. If they can use what they've learned from the Wii, use what they've learned from the Wii U, put it all together and create some games. I mean, that Wario game for the Wii back in the day was great.
Yeah.
It didn't just, I want to compare it to the 1-2 Switch, but the Wario game had a lot more games to it. Even Mario Party, again, it's you look at it, okay, they come with the board and there's different things that happen on the board and you got to collect coins, but in the end it's about the mini games. I mean, after your turn, you're just waiting for the fourth player to take his turn so you guys can go into a mini game. So yeah, I think potentially it could be a great couch co-op console, but they'd have to focus on those type of things. The ideas, I just feel like the ideas are endless. They're coming like Overcooked, like they've had already a lot of mobile or a lot of mini games that were based around being a cook, but this, just the way they delivered it was awesome.
One of the things that I think it's a cheap game.
Yeah,
it's not it's cheap in price.
Yeah, they even have an expansion already.
Here's the thing, what that's probably one of the reasons why I'm probably gonna snag up Snipper Clips. It's gonna be like $20, and we're gonna have a whole bunch of fun just fucking around with each other. Right?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that they should have more and more and more of those games, or even if they wanted to bring things back. Man, I remember playing on my Game Boy Advance, like Mario Tennis, because it had a little bit of a single player to it, and then if you wanted to at any time, you can just battle it out with your buddy.
Well, even through the link cable.
Yeah, and even Mario Tennis on on N64, where you do like co-op 2-on-2 and you go through a little bit of a tournament. They have to bring games like that back. Those are the funnest type of games, man. I've really enjoyed the last little bit. Again, like you were saying with your sister and George, and then my girlfriend too. She'll play these mini type games with me, and I feel like that's one thing too. Like whether it be an age, it's not even whether it be the age of the younger ones, whether it be the age of the older people, or whether it be females. It's more the casual gamers that can reunite to just play something like that. You don't have to be hardcore. You don't have to use every button on the controller. You don't have to sit there for hours and have a learning curve. You can literally just pick it up and play.
And that's the beauty of those games, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like I said before, my sister's never picked up. She's never played PlayStation in her life.
Yeah.
But give her the controller. Tell her, okay. Again, the concept is easy to understand. You gotta We're making food.
Yeah.
You know?
2 buttons.
Dude, it was the funniest thing ever. I'm fucking screaming orders left and right. Everything that was happening, I was just blaming it on my sister. You know?
It was good. It's good. It's definitely good. I feel like it's there.
Again, yeah. I think other games like Mario Kart's gonna be like that too. You know, it's just one of those games where you pick up. Okay, we're it's a go-kart. You know.
Yeah. I'm hoping they bring back everything. And with that, the one thing that's going to be interesting is their new improved battle mode. They have some new racers. They have all kinds of tracks.
You know what I'm excited for? I can't wait to milk a cow with you. I'm gonna milk that. I'm gonna milk that cow. 1-2 switch.
4-3 switch.
1-2. Yeah. 4-3. Can't wait to milk that cow.
That's funny. No, I feel I'm definitely down to keep it going. I want to try all their mini games.
Yeah. Well, I picked up 1-2 switch.
Oh, did you?
Pre-ordered.
That's amazing.
You know what? Amazon. If you pre-order, you get 20% off.
Yeah, I think you were telling me that.
Yeah. So I said, you know what? Let me try it. And then we could probably do a video about it.
Yeah, I'd like to also pick up Bomberman. I mean, those are the 3 games that I think we're good with: the Zelda, Bomberman, and the 1-2 switch.
You know what? I feel like it's okay. It's true. Bomberman's another one of those is another couch co-op game.
Yeah, up to like 8 people.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm telling you. Nintendo Switch is gonna hook it up. It's the couch co-op comeback.
The couch co-op comeback.
We should have it.
Yeah. Be prepared. You've heard it here first. The couch co-op comeback.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You have anything else, Bwaite, that you want to cover today with couch co-op?
I just hope it makes a comeback. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Are you gonna play Are we gonna go play Just Dance 2017 at the park?
Just Dance 2017.
Yeah, bring it
all day, every day.
Bring it to the park.
You catch us on the b-ball courts.
Put our Nintendo Switch console on the picnic table
and just play it like that. NBA Live.
Yeah.
We'll get
no, Just Dance.
Oh, Just Dance.
We'll just dance.
We'll just dance just like that. Hopefully, we unlock all the music.
We'll just dance, and we'll also.
Yeah, how's the music gonna be? Like, if I want to dance, it better be a loud stereo on that thing.
No, that's the thing. What do they? Yeah.
I gotta hook it up to my Bluetooth speakers.
We'll bring Bluetooth speakers to the park. Just Dance 2017. We'll be dancing, and on our iPhones, Pokemon Go.
Just like that. Only in the summer though, because it's pretty cold.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside on my Nintendo Switch. How about that? And this is Bwaite and Steve-O ending podcast number 2, Valentine's Day special. Tell me what you think. Link below. Comment below. Subscribe. We'll be around.